Hi, it's Carrie with Crafters Lock. Thank you for stopping in. This is an unusual video. I'm in my hotel room and I just finished up with 45 minutes of live. I figured, hey, you know what? I'm not tired. It's only going a little bit before 10. And I was doing some sewing and going over just a little bit of quilting stuff. And oh my gosh, people are just crazy out there. Just random people just popping in for it. But anyways, I wanted to give you like a quick heads, well, not a heads up, but let me see if I can get my face in here. The quilt retreat was amazing. I've got some great pictures and some videos. I didn't start anything this morning. I did record it, but I forgot to post it of like the scenery because it was just beautiful. It was sunny. And then we were all gung-ho about getting started. So a few of the things that I learned while I was there was this pouch. Okay, so the quilt retreat, if you're new to the channel, the quilt retreat was in Springfield, Missouri. It was put on by the Quilted Cow Springfield store. So it's the Quilted Cow Springfield. Jennifer May Current, absolutely amazing. She put on a great, awesome retreat. We had great food. I want to say there was 3, 6, 9, 24 of us girls. I want to say 24. Could have been more. So we had a really good turnout. The scenery, the view was amazing. Today we did yoga twice. That was phenomenal. I learned how to sew a circle. Well, I attempted to sew on a circle. I wish I could find my piece to show you because it was no on the sewing the circles because yeah, no. What else do we do? There's gonna be once I get the video I'll put together, these women that create some of this stuff is just phenomenal. And some of it they created themselves. They created the pattern themselves. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's just stunning. At the heart that goes into this stuff. The love, the camaraderie between all the women and helping out. Fleek, she taught me how to paper piece because I got a quilt that came in a box, a mystery box, I think, one of my subscription boxes as English paper piecing. I've never done it, and so she showed me how to do it, and I kind of think I might like it because it's like a puzzle, and I love puzzles, love puzzles. What else did we do? So we made a pouch. This was, aside from your thread, scissors, sewing machine, you know, it was 2 pieces. It was a drying mat, like a dish drying mat, which you didn't have to cut or anything. Well, I did cut it because I did box my corners. I did box my corners on it, and a zipper. 2 things. So stinking easy. And I'm thinking, this is perfect. Like if I boxed my corners a little bit bigger and then added some vinyl, that clear vinyl on the inside, something that's washable, you can turn this into a nice makeup bag. But right now it's working out perfect for all my electronic cords because my husband sent me with like 5,000 cords so I can plug in all the stuff because I wanted to do more recording. So this pouch, super easy. I am going to do a video on this because if you're wanting something quick and easy, this is it right here. And it's pretty thick. So I'd almost think that the iPad could fit into it if I got it the right size. An iPad would fit in it and have nice, great cushion for the screen. What else did we make? Oh, we did do the mug holder dealy bobs. So you just have your normal coffee mug, and then we sewn. So we did this Friday night in the store, and so on the inside, let me take some of this stuff out. On the inside, it's got little pockets in here too. It's got little pockets. I didn't use my inside pockets. I had a coffee cup, like I had iced coffee from Seven Brew. It's my favorite. And I didn't want it to sweat, and so I just stuck it inside there. And you know what? That worked out perfect. It worked out perfect. Oh, and there's my chapstick. I was missing my chapstick. So, I mean, it's got all kinds of things in it. So it was like, I didn't want my cup to sweat, and so I put it in here. And it actually was great because it's pretty sturdy. So when you set it down, you're not going to knock over your plastic cup. I'm sorry, I'm making the camera all shake because I'm excited about it. Super easy. I want to get the pattern because I just had a piece of cardboard and we cut it up, and with the instructions and stuff. Pretty easy. And you just put a tie on it, that way it stays on there. But this is a Quilted Cow mug, so I'm gonna have to find another mug that I don't like so I can use this one. This is pretty big, and I like a big coffee cup. So that, what else did we learn? Oh, we learned some hexagon stuff. I don't have the pieces close by, otherwise I grab it, but I didn't sew them together. So it was just techniques on how to interchange your pieces so they make a different pattern each time. Very cool. What else? Oh, stripology was another thing. Didn't know that was out there, but I thought it was kind of cool, at the stripology ruler kind of things. But I have an AccuQuilt, so that it kind of does the same thing. It's just a little bit cheaper than AccuQuilt. What else? Oh. My apron. I showed this on my live. My apron. Look at this. You can adjust it. And I like super long ties so it can come around and I can put like another towel in here. But anyways, it's nice and long. Let me see if I can back up. Oh. Back up. There we go. And it's got a cool owl on it. So, ooh, I love owls. Love owls. So, this is one tea towel. Just one kitchen tea towel. And then you have the pockets is out of a 16 by 16 square. And you just sew it on and you sew down the middle. That way you got two pockets. And then there's a certain way that you cut off on the diagonal over here to make your little casing. Is that what you want to call it? Casing, so you can put your strap all the way through and around. Yeah. Stay tuned because I'm going to make a video on this here. So cool. And this pattern, not sure if it's still in store, but so it's the Quilted Cow Springfield, and if it's you might even be able to find it on the Quilted Cow itself, the main store, Quilted Cow. I'll put the link and everything in the box in the description. Let's see. I was working. If you've seen a previous video, I've been working on a pink barn. It's a pink Christmas scene, or it's a pink barn and it's a winter scene. I almost was able to finish it at the retreat, but I was missing one square. One little 2.5 inch square. Oh my gosh, I was devastated because I was so close and I wanted to get it done because I told you I was going to get it done at the retreat and I didn't get it done. And then I started working on excuse me. So what I'm working on tonight in my room, because I'm not tired, is this quilt here. And this here, just the creams, is 300 squares. 300. And this is how much I've got done so far. And then I have probably that same amount still to do. Oh my gosh, yes. So, yeah, it's gonna take me a minute, but you know, I'm not tired. And as a matter of fact, I can even put my screen down and I can probably just blah 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 for the rest of the night with you all, because I couldn't get people, and of course I didn't like put any notifications out that I was gonna go live. I just figured I'd sit down at my machine and it's like, hey, let me go live. Yeah, that's not always a good thing. I gotta find my chapstick. But anyways, it's in my cup holder. See, it's handy. That thing is handy. I even got some rotary blades in there. I have my scissors, my pens, markers. I have some candy in it too. So it's a great little candy holder. A little snacky snack while you're sewing. That one too, I kind of like it. I had to do a binding on it. So that was kind of neat because I really didn't bind. You know, I need practice binding. So that was a great little thing to get started on. What else? Oh, setups. If you go to a retreat, now, depending on the size, the location, and all that kind of good stuff, I'm going to, this one woman, it was a pure genius. Now, I've seen other women do it, but it never stuck with me on why you needed it. But she had like a little folding table, like a little TV tray table, like a TV dinner tray table. And that's what she did her little ironing on and stuff like that to save space. So you have a bigger workspace at the table. Because there was three to us to a table. It was great. So yeah, learning your setup and your groove on where you can place everything. And yeah, there's gonna be like tips and tricks. Like, what are the few things that you take on a quilt retreat that you find beneficial and that you, what's the wording? What are your musts? What are your must-haves when you go to a quilt retreat? Do you take that little extra table so you have your ironing space next to you? Take your own cutting mats. Well, they always have cutting mats, but I have little cutting mats, you know, different sizes and stuff like that. But do you have a special tool? Do you have one of those Lucky Charms? Or do you have one of those quirks? Because I tell you, one of the, and which I thought I was like the only one, and I knew I wasn't the only one, but it's kind of rare when you meet somebody that's got the same quirk as you. I hate shoes. I prefer flip-flops over tennis shoes. I prefer bare feet over flip-flops. But if I have to have something on my feet, it's going to be slippers or cozy socks. And so I ended up taking a pair of cozy socks with me, and I was able to put them on Saturday. Well, I only brought one pair, and I didn't want to wear the dirty pair. So I had to run out to Walmart, pick me up some Quest protein bars. And I picked me up a $6 pair of slippers that's got the grippies on them. They kind of like got a hard sole, and they worked out perfect today. I was even able to do yoga in it, because did I mention that we got to do yoga twice today? That was so refreshing, and it got us up and got us to move around, because as you know, as sewers, we're sitting at our stations for long periods of time. So it was nice to get up and get that good stretch in and all that good stuff. But anyways, this is going to be an unedited, all kinds of mess ups and hums and haws and blahs and whatever in here. But thank you so much. And if you haven't been to a quilt retreat, go to one. Get out of your shell. If you can afford it, go. And if your local quilt shop offers drop-ins, like if they have sit and sews like on a Thursday or a Friday, stop in, take your work and take it in, because one thing I did find, I got a lot more done these 2 days of full sewing than I get done in a week at home. Probably 2 weeks, because of the distractions. Oh, my machine said, "Hey, let's go up." Oh, look at better lighting. There was we had distractions. We had tutorials and our own little sew sessions and meals and stuff like that. But I got more sewing done these past 2 days, sewing and creating these past 2 days, than I have probably in an entire month. And if you just need that time, even if it's for a day, take that time to yourself. Recharge. Get the projects that you want to get done. And just go for a day. If you're local, Granby, Missouri, they have a Quilters Haven, is a quilt store in Granby, Missouri. They have a Queen Bee Quilt Club that you can join. And then they also have certain days of the week that you can go in, bring your machine in, I believe a dish to share, and stay there for the day and sew. You'll get to talk with other quilters, other sewers, and just have a community there to help you if you have questions. Because this quilt retreat, I met some amazing women, and they're my tribe, and so it refueled me on just being on the passion that I was losing because I wasn't staying on top of everything. So just take that time for yourself, even if it's for 2 hours a day. Just if that's all you can give yourself, do that day of 2 hours, and then the next day or the next week, see if you can do 2 hours and 15 minutes. Adjust the schedule if you can. That way you can get back to the passion, get back to creating, and feeling good about what you're doing and taking that time. I used to feel guilty if I spent too much time in my craft room creating something, if I left the dishes dirty in the sink, or if the clothes stayed in the dryer too long. Who gives a flying bleep, if the clothes stay in the dryer no longer than they should have? Who cares if the dishes in the dishwasher aren't unloaded, or if there's dirty dishes in the sink? They'll be there regardless. But you have to learn to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. And give yourself grace, have patience with yourself, and just take the time that is needed. Because these women that I met, doggy, are phenomenal. So I can't name all the names. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I sat with Karen and Vaughn, I sat with Kathy and Vaughn. They're cousins. So it was Kathy and cousin Vaughn. Then we have, oh my gosh, I can see everybody sitting. I can see where everybody is sitting. There was Anne. Of course, there was Jennifer. Oh my gosh. Sonia, Karen, Steph. Oh my gosh, and her pregnant friend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had name tags on all weekend, and you think I would have remembered names. But anyways, I'm just jabbering because each person brought so much and brought something different to the table. It was truly amazing. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, please, if you have an opportunity to get out and meet other people that do the things that you like to do, meet them. share with them. Let them share with you, because you'll never be alone. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much. I thank my family for giving me the opportunity to get away and take that break and recharge. I really appreciate it. Anyways, thank you for listening, and have a great evening. I can feel the heat on my little iron over here. By the way, if you need a little iron for little projects or on the go, this little doohickey from Walmart, it's a little steam fast here. This little guy works. You know, I was thinking of taking my big normal iron, and I'm like, that's just too much. It's just too big. I know space is going to be limited. So I popped on Walmart and picked that sucker up for less than $20, and it worked perfect. Haven't had any problems with it. Yeah. Anyways, I'll put together something of the must-haves for your retreats and all that good stuff. But anyways, stay tuned for the pouch. I'm gonna have a video on the pouch. I'm gonna have a video on the apron. I'll do a follow-up regarding the 2 quilts that I'm working on, because I'm hoping to have at least the one that I'm missing one little freaking square, have that one finished within the next week. And then this one here, I'm not starting another one until this sucker is finished. Yeah. So anyways, thank you for, if you stayed through this whole thing. Thank you for letting me talk. And yeah, it was great. And I'll try to schedule a live. That way I can't keep all the inappropriate people off, because they're just going to be there. But that way I get more of the like-minded people in there with me that can help keep out the hubbub and all that good stuff. And plus, that way I get to share with you in live time instead of, a little bit later. Anyways, I'm gonna do some sewing for the next hour or two, and then yeah, try to hit the sack and get at least a little bit more sleep. I've only been getting 4 hours of sleep a night. I don't know if it's the bed, or if you can't hear it, the air conditioning unit is loud. And it's not like fan loud, it's not like white noise. It's like blaring noise. But anyways, thank you. Have a good evening. We'll talk soon. Bye.